Listen to the words and let lava flow. How in the world did we ever get here? I remember seeing the black faces in places with desert between the spaces where the waterfall and the diamond hills met, walking around thriving and living, prosperously giving to our children the wisdom of our forefathers. They were kings and queens of lands and things, and all that encompassed the color green. So many dialects, we were divided, yet we were unified. Because we had respect, dignity, honor, and pride of who we were, we did not hide because we were beautiful. We knew inside as we danced and sang to the beat of the drum. Together we were strong as we laughed, cried, and hummed among our land, our people, our Africa. We are free, bold, and have no fear in this place I love. Oh, how I love it here. I remember seeing the black faces in places with darkness between the spaces, where the chains and the wooden floor met, laying around crying and trying, yet slowly dying, barely living, separated from family, father, mother, children, and baby. Subject to pale men with shifts, noise making sticks and whips, dripping with the color red. Of a different dialect, we are one, yet losing our respect, dignity, honor, and pride of who we are, now hidden and ashamed inside. We were bruised, stripped, raped, and abused. We danced and sang, but to the beat of their laughter. As we hummed in weak spirit, will we live or die after we were taken from our land, taken from our people, taken from our Africa. I hate this place of death and fear. How in the world did we ever get here? I can remember seeing the white faces in places with people between the spaces where the dust and the sewing blocks met, sitting and standing chained in line, some clean, some dirty, and some dressed fine. We're still devastated from the journey, with our skin still burning from the wounds and stink washed down with salt. We were bid and sold to another man, then pushed and carted to another land, only to meet more Africans with the same dialect as this pale man with simple names that mean nothing. We were made to share barns with horses and pigs, while laying on hay and twigs, being chained next to an animal gated with memories of who I am, now faded. They call me nigga. What does that mean? That I'm lower than the animals, than the ground green, because I'm colored black? Oh Lord, how I want to go back to the motherland, from this land of being a field hand to a man that hates me. It irates me to see my beauty diminished to sheer humility, with my head hung low under the same moon and sky, from where I once flourished with my head up high. I have no rights in this sunken place where I'm segregated, aggravated, uneducated, and disgraced, placed in gated communities with no promise of hope, where racism goes deeper beyond the scope of the writer behind the law that says I can't even vote. I can't climb the same mountain or drink from the same fountain as this Caucasian. Can't sit in front seats or even eat around them. Now, how in the world did we ever get here in this land of the free? In this God they trust but rent and rave and fight I must to establish myself as human with a colored skin different from this pale man. I was born with a God-given right to excel, to prosper, learn, and break free from this hell and these chains that constantly hinder me naturally, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, generationally. It was even taught to me to love this place of downtrodden and fear. Now, how in the world did we ever get here? But I can remember the faces that had a dream that we could live and tighten the seam of unity and change this land for it to be fit for an African or an American or Indian or Chinese or Hawaiian, Polynesian black man. Now, where in the world did he come from? How did he break through the barriers that hung over our heads that seemed to continue to bind us and blind us with only a select few shaking our view that one day a change would come? A change would come through centuries of blood and tears. Yet we were told so many years that a change would come that it seemed inconceivable and even unbelievable that one day a change would finally come. Until one day I voted after waiting in line, and I chose to drive my Cadillac to work instead of riding on the bus this time. I sipped from the same fountain as my Caucasian employee positioned next to me. For being educated so highly, I'm now owning my own business with a 7-figure salary. I could finally see that a change had finally come. To see a man with a name that represents shouts of victory instead of shame. Child, now I'm singing and dancing like I used to be back in my homeland, remembering the black faces and places with desert between the spaces, waterfall, diamond hills, zebra, and real freedom. Real freedom is prevalent and ringing in my soul. Whoa, how in the world did we ever get here? I am so glad that my God can hold the mind and the spirit of a people, both young and old, together until a vision finally unfolds. I love this place, this land, and this space of many colors, thanking God for my race with boldness and beauty and purpose so clear. Remember this.